demonstration for you. I'm going to put on a tune, There Is No Greater Love. There is no greater love. Let me see, Jamie Aebersold has one. Where is it? Here it is. So I'm going to put this on. Now, this is in the key of C, basically, the whole tune. There's a middle section that's in the key of A minor, but the top part of A minor is A, C, E. The top part of A minor is basically in C, E, and G, if you think of that chord. So while I'm demonstrating, I'm just going to play in C. During the bridge, I might morph into A minor, the A minor approaches, but I'm going to basically be keeping it in the key of C. So I'm going to turn down the volume. I'm not going to think of any chords whatsoever, okay? I'm just going to play these approaches. Where to go?
1, 2, 3, 4, 1.
Okay, so I didn't think of one chord there. I just was playing approaches in the key of C. A couple times during the middle part, I did add some for A minor, because it's in A minor. But even then, most of those were in C also. Just a couple, here and there were in A minor. But you see, I'm not thinking of the chords. I didn't specifically try to go to any of the chords, but you could see how it kind of floats over and it sounds good. And this goes for minor keys too. Like any minor tunes like Autumn Leaves and Beautiful Love and tunes like that are just in one minor key, you could just go nuts with approaches in that minor key, and it sounds killer. And to me, it gives you enough vocabulary and ammunition to like rip into these crazy fast lines that kind of flow over the tonality. So let me do another one for you. And I'm going to do a 2-5-1, B flat, 2-5-1. Let's try this. Okay, so this is just a groove. It's in the key of B flat concert, so C for tenor sax. It's just grooving on the 2 chord, 2 minor 7. Let me tell you the 2 chord, the 5 chord, the 1 chord, and then the 6 chord. So it's going D minor 7 to G7. We're all talking the tenor key. D minor 7 to G7, the C major 7 to A7, and then it just repeats, one measure of each. So it's basically in the key of C, although the last chord's A7, it's got C sharp in it. But I'm just going to play approaches and not even worry about the chords, and you'll hear how it sounds. Okay, those all sounded fine. I wasn't playing any chord notes whatsoever. Well, I was playing the chord notes because they were in the key of C, but I wasn't thinking of the chords. I was just playing in the approaches in C, and it sounds pretty good. Now, the other way to use the approaches are per chord. And this is harder, and it takes more thought and practice. But what you do is over each chord, you think of the chord tones and approach each chord while you're at it, or each note while you're playing. So you can see how this would be harder. You're not thinking of an overall key, but on D minor 7, you're approaching D, F, A, or C. On G7, you're approaching G, B, D, or F. So that kind of approach sounds like this. Okay, that's a few different ways to do it. I was just approaching random chord tones. Now this is a little bit harder, but it gives you more options. Okay, instead of just being able to go to C, E, and G, now I can go to D, I can go to F, I can go to A, I can go to B, on different parts of the tonality when it's going on. And as you get better and better at doing that, you have more and more options to choose from while you're playing. And again, it's, if you relate it to vocabulary, it's like having more and more words to use. And so the more and more words you can use to express yourself, usually the better you can express yourself and the better you can get your point across. Same thing with this. It's like the more of these you have down, the better you can convey yourself. So what I do with students is I have them work, as I did, key by key, and be able to play these and master these over the groove that's going on, constant groove. Just don't worry about going each chord. You can get overwhelmed and overloaded. Just groove on C for a while. Get it all down. Get every approach down. Then groove on F for a while. And then groove on B flat for a while and get every approach down. And as you go, you'll see that a lot of the approaches are the same. You know, when you approach the G in the key of C, it's the same way you're going to approach the G in the key of G major. Or in the key of E flat, even. You know, some of them are different, but most of them are, a lot of them are the same. So as you go, they'll get easier and easier. And then when you start thinking, well, let me try to apply these to the different chords, the more you have mastered, the more keys you have down, the easier it will be to apply them to the chords, because you have the approaches down. So that's basically this book in a nutshell. And again, there's a lot more approaches in here than I even touched than I even demonstrated here. I was just demonstrating probably a handful, 5 or 5 to 7 of them maybe. But like I said, there's a lot more in there. And so I just wanted to put this out there so you guys could benefit the most from the book and get a lot of use out of it and feel the same way about it that I do, you know. And I do hear from some of you that have worked on it this way, and a lot of times you email me and you're just like, this is awesome, this is great, it's really opened up my lines and helped me to play a lot of this more modern stuff. So, and there's more advanced concepts you can use later, but I have more lessons on that. So, all right, thanks for listening, and I'll see you later. Have fun with the book. Bye.